What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? My name is Drip, and I am owner of Drip's Water Ice and 1/4 of Water Ice Express. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? But some of y'all might have a lot of questions to where as though, how did I have, the capability or just the knowledge of moving to the Dominican Republic and starting Water Ice? Well, today I'm here to tell you. It was a lot of things that went into it. I thought a lot. I game planned. I strategically got my numbers right. When I first found out about the Dominican Republic, it's like a diamond in the rough. It was, I would say, right after COVID, and a lot of people didn't believe me, especially where I moved at. So I moved in Puerto Plata section of the Dominican Republic, which a lot of people may not know, but this is like the South. Like, this is like Mississippi of America. Like, it's slower, it's country, it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, it's very, very beautiful. It's not like Punta Cana. It's not like established with like resorts. It's up and coming though. It has a lot of tourism, and it's beautiful. For me, I didn't really like Punta Cana because it's like a watered down Miami, you know. And I wanted to come to the island and live the island life. But at the same time, to be able to live the life that I wanted to live, you have to be able to make American money. I don't. That's just me. You couldn't make Dominican pesos for me and actually live a fulfilling life that I wanted to live. So I looked to what as though that was needed here. To me, it's a lot needed. It's a lot. I could have took many different avenues, in which I do have other businesses that I do have going on, but it's just I could have gone so many different ways with this because it's so much needed. And like I said before, it's up and coming. So I did my research. I seen that tourism is a big thing here, with cruise ships, with Sasua lit right down the street. We ain't gotta get into that, but a lot of people visit. Santiago is not too far away. I didn't really want to live in Santiago. To me, that's too far inland. Santo Domingo, that's La Capital. That's uh, that's like New York. To me, that's like another New York. So that wasn't gonna work out for me either. In Punta Cana, like we said, that's that's Miami. So here was perfect. And I've always been a person that manifested. So I listen to the billionaires. I listen to a lot of manifestation, and they always say, you always go where nobody else sees. You believe in it, you trust it, nobody else sees it. Puerto Plata. Also, it's buy-in low. Everything here is still low. Rent for a house, buying a house, rent for a store, rent, buying land, everything's still low. Whatever it is, food, everything's still low. So why not go somewhere to where as though I see the potential and it's very low for me to live and to establish my business. So honestly, it was kind of like of a no-brainer once I figured everything out and understood what was here. So it was this one place called Taino Bay. That's the main cruise port here in the Dominican Republic. Not in the Dominican Republic, in Puerto Plata. And it brings in tourists and vacationers in every day. So what I thought about was actually they have stores in the inside. And you can party. It's a pool, splash pool, walk-up bar, a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of stores. So I was trying to get in there. I'm like, all right, I did all my numbers in there, how many people come in per day, per month, per week, what would I be making, possibilities at a lower percentage, because 20% of passengers actually come off the ship and do excursions and venture off and do whatever they want to do. 5% of those are actually consumers that actually buy things, memorabilia, food, drinks, whatever. 5%. 5%. That's a lot. That's a lot. And each vacationer or passenger of that 5% spends about $140 on wherever they're at consume. Man, that's that's big numbers. So for me, it was like I loved it. I seen the opportunity. I seen the potential, and I went for it. So now we fast forward. Everything made sense. I did my game planning. I did my researching. Also at the same time, I'm mixing and matching, working how to do water ice machines, working different water ice machines, what works best, the ingredients, which is best suited for my audience, as well as back in America as well. So I learned how to make everything. I learned how to make sorbet, sherbet, Italian ice, water ice, many different kinds of water ices because a lot of people put a little different ingredients. So you could get I wouldn't say everybody's water ice is the same. Some might be sweeter, some colors might pop more, but that's really just personal preferences and differences. But to have premium water ice, you're pretty much always going to get consistency of the same thing. So whereas those texture and taste, texture, taste, and color. And it took some years to actually get that down right and get that back. And here we are today. And I make mine all natural here just because the rest of the world is more health conscious than America is. So like the syrups that we use in America, you really can't find here. Like cotton candy, for instance, because cotton candy isn't a fruit and you can't just make that, so it has to be made into a syrup, into an artificial flavor and everything. So you can't, it's a good thing to be able to make natural because you could do both. So now I got a whole bunch of natural fruits, natural water ice, but also if you want the cotton candy, the other things, other flavors such as that, make those as well. That's the beauty. So I actually, back to what I was saying, I actually didn't go with the Taino Bay thing after I did the numbers when I got here because it just didn't make sense. They wanted 10 cents per passenger, whether they got off or on the cruise ship. So I would have to pay rent per day. So we're talking about hundreds of dollars that I'm paying rent per day. That adds up. That almost went, I think, to maybe like $6,000 per month. And for me, just having a business starting up, like I know what my product does, but starting up, paying $6,000 in rent, that didn't make sense to me. The numbers didn't make sense. So when I got here, I thought about doing a cart. And now I'm gonna show you my cart and the reason why I thought about this. So before I show you my cart, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and drop something in the comment section. Just let me know what you think about everything. So here we have my cart, and I got a bike. So I was gonna, cause I wasn't gonna push anything. I just wasn't gonna push anything. So I'm not walking around everywhere. So what I was gonna do, so I bought my bike. My colors are green and pink. You always see it like you see it on my shirt. It's just always green and pink. That's the cart. So what I was gonna do was, I was gonna attach a hitch right here. I was gonna get it welded in. And then here goes the hitch right here. So it would attach right there. Okay? So anywhere I would go, I would just pull my cart and post up. Utensils and everything will go right there. So as time went along, I thought about it. To put solar panels on top. Like I'm extra, that's just what I do. I'll put solar panels on top. Have a cord go down here and then have a generator to power my inside for my storage. So this is the inside, and then I would have cold plates in the inside to keep my water ice cold. Then I was also going to wrap everything. Of course, pink and green, Drip's water ice all the way around. Now, that's still gonna be the plan, but because a store had popped up and because of other circumstances, it was better to go with the store at the time, but this will still be in the works. I gotta get the solar panels, the generator, the cool plates, and that's gonna be out and about a Puerto Plata. We gonna just up and popping, cause that right there, I think that might make more money than the store. Okay, so that was the plan. Things didn't work out. When I went to get everything ready for my company, I went to the Ministry of Tourism, and they had told me that to get my permit, that I didn't need a permit to have a cart or whatever on the street. So I'm like, all right, bet, that's cool. That's even great. But the thing was, since I'm not a native, 9 times out of 10, the cops will mess with me. Now, a lot of people don't know. That's anywhere. So I'm not even going to talk bad about the big Dominican Republic, because if you're not a native and it's not many laws and strict laws, and you got crooked people or crooked ways, then it's going to happen. So that just comes with the territory. So that was just something I had to be prepared for. I'm from Philadelphia, so I was kind of raised and taught to able to live anywhere. If you could live in Philly, you could pretty much live anywhere. So for that reason, they had told me, that I needed, that they were going to mess with me, do things like that. So the best thing to do is get a storefront. The storefront would actually be my permit. And the best thing about having water ice is under like ice cream. So technically, I don't need a business license or a permit to sell ice cream in the Dominican Republic, because under the guidelines of the Ministry of Tourism, you don't have to have it. I said, oh man, that's even better. Like, that's sweet, cool. So with that being said, by me not knowing this, I maybe I should have gone to the Ministry of Tourism before I got my cart, and maybe when I got here, but I didn't get correct guidance before. So everybody told me what I needed to do. So those are the steps that I went. But when I actually went to the Ministry of Tourism, obviously they told me something different. So found a storefront. Fast forward, found a storefront. Perfect, right on Umbrella Street in Puerto Plata. It's a tourism heaven right there. That's where everybody goes, take pictures and everything. So I found a storefront, great price, boom. So I got my store pretty much. And that's what the process that I went through. Things, I planned certain different things. As a business owner, you always gotta learn to adapt, learn to adjust. So it was just learning to adapt and learning to change the game plan, because I was getting different suggestions or different guidance, or however you might want to say it, and I feel as though certain things might not have worked. It did work, or it didn't work, or no, this wasn't best for me. So I had to keep on changing the game plan. But the moral of the story is, I just wanted to let you guys go. I'm breaking a lot of things into segments, but this one segment right here, I just wanted to let you guys know that what went into my mindset of moving here and trying to get the business started. I advise you to always crunch the numbers, whatever you want to do, whether you want to open up a store, whether you want to do a cart, whether you want to have a cooler, whether you want to have a tent, sell at games, whatever it is, always crunch the numbers, whether it's knowing how many customers that you may have, the potential of percentage or whatever that you might make for that day, for that week, for that month, and always go to the lowest percentage possible. You know, just to have a safe net, and also give you not too much expectations, but it gives you goals to be able to be, it makes it reachable. And if you make it too far to reach, don't get me wrong, you're supposed to have high hopes, but at the same time, some people get discouraged. And it's rough. Like 95% of businesses fail in the first year. So in order to be able to keep your spirits and keep the motivation to keep going, I would suggest to just give you small goals to reach. Because when you see that you actually reach those goals, you're actually very excited. Very, very excited. So again, crunch those numbers and make everything obtainable and make goals and make a plan. Start there, and that's how you start. That's how you start your water ice, your premium water ice business. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, drop them comments in the comment sections. Let me know what else you guys want me to talk about. Let me know your likes and dislikes about the industry, and we'll try to cover all those avenues. Hope y'all enjoyed. This the Fresh Prince of Puerto Plata drip sauce. You know what I'm talking about.